Good morning, students. Today we are going to learn a new chapter that is natural resources in this lesson. What do you mean by natural resources, children? Natural resources are nothing but they are the resources where we are getting the resources or the products from our nature directly without any interruption of human activities. So, why is there life only on earth? Because, and even we see all living things need some sort of food, water, and the right atmosphere and temperature. Because the kind of gaseous things which are present in our atmosphere will lead a life to form on earth. Our planet Earth is only one on which life as we know it exists. Life on Earth is dependent on many factors. Most of forms we know need an ambient temperature, water and food. The resources available on the earth and the energy from the sun are necessary to meet the basic requirements of all forms of life on earth. Land, the water, and the air are the natural resources on the earth. Our outer crust of the earth is called lithosphere. Water covers 75% of Earth's surface. It is also found underground, and these comprise the hydrosphere. The air that covers the whole of the earth like a blanket is called atmosphere. Living things are found where these three exist. This life supporting zone of the earth where the atmosphere, the hydrosphere and the lithosphere interact and make life possible is known as biosphere. Living things constitute a biotic components of biosphere. Biotic components are nothing but where we are going to have the life forms. The air, the water and the soil form the non-living or abiotic components. So biotic and abiotic components we have already come across with the previous year, that is in your 8th standard, in the chapter ecosystem. It is interesting to note that even the composition of air is the result of life on Earth. In planets such as Venus and Mars, where no life is known to exist, the major component of the atmosphere is found to be carbon dioxide. In fact, carbon dioxide constitutes up to 95 to 97% of the atmosphere on Venus and even Mars. Children, you can see that is composition. Nitrogen is 78% and oxygen 20.95 is nothing but nearly 21%, and only the 1% of the gaseous things are we are having xenon, neon, hydrogen, helium, krypton are carbon dioxide. Eukaryotic cells and many prokaryotic cells discussed in an earlier chapter need oxygen to break down glucose molecules and get energy for their activities. Children, we know what do you mean by eukaryotic cells? A cell that is in a nucleus which have definite nucleus, they are called as eukaryotic cell, and the organism which lacks a definite nucleus, then they are called as which one? Prokaryotes. All the higher species of animals they are eukaryotic, and lower species of organisms such as bacteria and others they belong to prokaryotes. For all their activities, thereby what happen? They require the oxygen for their glucose, for the breakdown of glucose into different forms for their activities. This results in the production of carbon dioxide. You can see the picture here. That is, in the presence of oxygen, you are having carbon dioxide, water and energy. And here glucose, whenever in the absence of oxygen means you are going to have ethyl alcohol, but there will be liberation of which one? Carbon dioxide and energy. Another thing, combustion. Another process which results in the consumption of oxygen and the concomitant production of carbon dioxide is combustion. This includes not just human activity which burn fuels to get energy but also forest fires. You can see the reaction here, that is alcohol whenever it comes in contact with which one? Oxygen, thereby you are going to have this process. carbon dioxide. Despite this, the percentage of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere is a mere fraction of a percent because carbon dioxide is fixed in two ways. Green plants convert carbon dioxide into glucose in the presence of sunlight, and marine animals use carbonates to dissolve in the dissolved form in the seawater to make their shells. You can see the picture over here how they are utilized. The role of atmosphere in the climate control. We have talked of the atmosphere covering the earth like a blanket. We know that air is a bad conductor of heat as it do not carry any of the heat from one place to another place. The atmosphere keeps the average temperature of the earth fairly steady during the day and even during the course of the whole year. The atmosphere prevents the sudden increase in temperature during the daylight hours, and during the night, it slows down the escape of heat into outer space. Think of the moon, which is about the same distance from the sun that the earth is. Despite that, on the surface of the moon, with no atmosphere, the temperature ranges from minus 190 degrees Celsius to 110 degrees Celsius. The movement of air that is winds. We have all felt the relief brought by cool evening breezes after a hot day, isn't it? And after some time, we are lucky enough to get rain after some days of really hot weather. What causes the movement of air and what decides whether this movement will be in the form of a gentle breeze, a strong wind, or a terrible storm? What brings us the welcome rains? As these phenomena are the result of changes that takes place in the atmosphere due to the heating of air and the formation of water vapor. Water vapor is formed due to the heating of water bodies and the activities of living organisms. The atmosphere can be heated from below by the radiation. This is reflected back or re-radiated by the land or water bodies. On being heated, the convection currents are set up in the air. In order to gain some understanding of the nature of convection currents. Here they have given certain example where you are having candle and even incense stick. By the time when they light a candle, you can see the movement of air or the gaseous from the incense stick, that is where it is moving in which direction. Here we are having an activity. Place a candle in a beaker or wide mouth bottle and light it. Light an incense stick and take it the mouth to the above the bottle. Which way does the smoke flow? When the incense stick is kept near the edge of the mouth, you can see that is as the heat is coming out through the candle, so thereby the even the gas is also moving in a upward direction. The patterns involved by the smoke shows us the direction in which hot and cold air moves. In a similar manner, when air is heated by radiation from the heated land or water, it rises. But since lands get heated faster than water, the air over land would also be heated faster than air over water bodies. So, if we look at the situation in coastal regions, during the day, the air above the land gets heated faster and starts rising. As the air rises, a region of low pressure is created and the air over the sea moves into the area of low pressure. Thus, so what happened? The people around the coastal areas are feeling little warmer than the normal places at night. The movement of air from one region to other creates the winds. You can see the picture here, that is high pressure and low pressure. So cool air winds and even hot air winds here. During the day, the direction of a wind would be from the sea to the land. At night, both land and sea start to cool. Since water cools down slower than the land, the above water would be warmer than the air above the land. You can see the picture here, that is the raising warm air on the land, and thereby once again it starts to cool, and here by ocean thereby, and even the sea starts to the air, and even sea starts to breathe, that is sea breeze here, and even the air which is present here, what happen will not be as soon as the kind of a air which starts to cool. At night, both land and sea start to cool, but water cools down slower than the land, and the air above the water would be warmer than the air above the land. Thus, how hot wind and even cold wind, thereby what happen will create a pressure over there, and thereby the people around the cool areas, that is in the coastal areas, will be feeling little warmer because the pressure which is created or the air which is little warmer will be moving from the above the sea to the places nearby. Similarly, all movements of air resulting in diverse atmospheric phenomena are caused by the uneven heating of atmosphere in different regions of the earth. But various other factors also influence these winds. The rotation of the earth and the presence of mountain ranges in the path of the wind are a couple of these factors. Next topic we are having, that is rain. Let us go back now to the question how clouds are formed. We could start by doing a simple experiment, that is it is going to demonstrate that is how the clouds are formed. Hereby whatever may be the water which is present here, it starts to condense, and thereby what happen, these gaseous forms will nothing but a clouds formation. Hereby you are having the story of the cloud formation. The previous experiments or whatever may be the conclusions which you are getting on a very small scale, so thereby it is indicating that is how the pressure which is created and how the clouds are formed. When water bodies are heated during a day, a large amount of water evaporates and goes into the air. Some amount of water vapor also get into the atmosphere because of various biological activities. This air also gets heated. The hot air rises up carrying the water vapor with it. As the air rises, it expands and cools. This cooling causes the water vapor in the air and condense in the form of a tiny droplets, and it forms as a rain. Once the water droplets are formed, they grow bigger by condensation of these water bodies. When the drops have grown big and heavy, they fall down in the form of rain. Sometimes, when the temperature of air is low enough, precipitation may occur in the form of snow, sleet, or hail. Rainfall patterns are decided by the prevailing of wind patterns. In large parts of India, rain are mostly brought by the southwest or northwest monsoons. We have also heard weather reports that they say what depressions in the Bay of Bengal have caused rains in certain areas, so which may lead to the effects of the places nearby like Andhra Pradesh or Tamil Nadu and even Kerala, and to some extent the coastal areas in Karnataka also what happened will be getting affected because of this low pressure.